Hi, this is Dr. Kavyapriya Vajrala. I'm consultant laparoscopic gynecologist and infertility specialist at Care Hospitals, Banjara Hills. Today we are going to discuss about the male factor infertility, female factor infertility, and the investigations what we have to go through and the treatment. So first, coming to the male factor infertility, it contributes to about 10 to 30% of the infertility causes, and the causes are divided like the testicular, pre-testicular and the post-testicular. So the pre-testicular comes like at the level of the hypothalamus and the pituitary, like if there is any disturbance in secreting FSH or LH hormones, or if there are any pituitary tumors, or if there are any prolactinomas, or if there is any thyroid disturbances in case of a male like hyper or hypothyroidism, and if there are any tumors as we have discussed, and if there are any generalized infectious diseases like tuberculosis, sarcoidosis, or if there is any history of radiation exposure or chemotherapy exposure, or any drugs that are disturbing the spermatogenesis. Spermatogenesis is a procedure that happens in the testis, and it is nothing but the production of the sperms which are required for the fertilization, that is to form a baby. So these are all the pre-testicular causes. And now coming to the testicular causes, the most common causes are the varicocele, and if there are any tumors in the testes, or if there are any genetic disorders like Klinefelter syndrome or any gonadal dysgenesis, or if there is any tight clothing around the testes, or if there is a morbid obesity where where the male partner tends to lose the libido, like the urge to have sex, and also because of the excess fat in the body, that is so much of fat will be secreted around the abdomen, and also the excess fat will go and get deposited around the testis, and there will be rise in the local rise of temperature, and because of which the spermatogenesis, that is the production of the sperm, is affected. Hence the quality of the sperm and also the production, that is the quantity of the sperm, is also affected. Hence it is direct and indirect cause which is contributing to the male factor infertility. So obesity, and if there is any torsion in the childhood or in the adolescence of the torsion of the testis, hence the testis, one or both has to be excised. So one or both the testes have to be removed, and if there is any tumor in the testis, so all these contribute to the testicular causes. Coming to the post-testicular causes, like there are two ducts which are connected to the testis. These ducts are helpful for transporting the sperms which are produced in the testis to the penis. Hence, when there is intercourse through the penis and these ducts, the produced sperm is transported through these ducts, penis, and these are deposited in the vagina. So if there is any obstruction in these ejaculatory ducts or vas deferens, it will affect the sperm quantity and also the quality. And also if there are any causes like a performance anxiety or erectile dysfunction, that means where the penis is not able to perform its function, and where the person has a psychogenic cause of having an anxiety that if he can be able to perform well or not. So in such scenarios there will be premature ejaculation, and sometimes there can be retrograde ejaculation because of an overactive bladder, where the semen is not ejected forward but it is going backwards and it is deposited in the urinary bladder. Hence the quantity and the quality of the semen is definitely affected. And if there are any spinal cord injuries or any local traumas, definitely the penile action is affected. So all these causes all contribute to the male factor infertility. So how are you going to seek the help? So the final reflection of the sperm production, its quantity and quality, is seen on a test called the semen analysis. So in this you get to see the quantity, the color of the semen, the morphology, that is its outlook, like its appearance. So that is scientifically called morphology, and its count motility. So how it is traveling, like is it a forward motility or is it a backward motility? So always a forward motility will help in fertilization. So progressive motility we called. So also its volume, how much of quantity of semen is ejected. So all these factors, and if there is any infection, other cells like pus cells. So all these things we will get to know through the semen analysis. So, and if there are any abnormalities in semen analysis, then you have to definitely seek the help of an andrologist or a urologist who will help you in identifying the problem. If you have any varicocele, you can go for a varicocele repair. If it is a grade 1, the fertility percentage is good. If it is grade 2 or grade 3, it is definitely affected. And sometimes the sperms are they are not mature. So in such situations, you get to directly aspirate the sperm from the testis and you extract the sperm. This is called TISA, and this is taken and under there is a process called IMSI where the sperm is magnified to 30,000 times and you get to see the sperm morphology, and you will pick the best of the sperms and you can do a procedure called IMSI and or ICSI. So there are lots of advancements in the field of male infertility, where you definitely get a solution. So and if there are any endocrine issues like in your pituitary, or if there is any liver failure or any adrenal tumors which are affecting your hormones, so definitely you can seek the help of an endocrinologist, and a combined approach of endocrinologist and andrologist or a urologist will definitely give you a solution. So whenever you have if you get to notice any abnormal appearance of your testicles, or if you get to see that you are not able to perform well, or you have to, and as we are all getting educated these days, I actually advise the couple who is planning to get married in a year or two have to go and check their semen analysis, so that if there is any impairment in their semen analysis, so that they can seek the help of the doctors much early before you get married, so that after you get married, your main goal will be definitely fertility in this current generation, because the age of the marriage is getting hiked, and the age to conceive children is also getting advanced. So after 25 or 30 years, after 30 years, definitely the quality of the sperm or the ova will be getting compromised. So much before that, if you get analyzed, if you get a general checkup done by an andrologist or a urologist, I think it will be of a great help, and it will be saving your time after you get married, and so that it will definitely catalyze the process of fertilization and help you in saving the time, and also the quality of the embryos is definitely not compromised.